What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So in today's video, we're taking a look at another material that will be needed for player housing. And there's a long ass list of materials. I put this spreadsheet right here into the gold guide where you guys can sort it by like the material type. You can sort it by expansion, so you can like choose which expansion you want to go through and take a look at the materials. But there's so many materials, and some of these are like gonna get really good once player housing is out. So I want to build like a catalog of materials, like material farms, the best locations to get them, so that when player housing is out and prices hopefully goes up, you guys can watch these videos to see what is the best location to farm X material. And this spreadsheet, alongside all the other best tactics and methods that I personally use in order to make hundreds of millions of gold, is located inside the 0 to 10 million gold guide. This is a digital guide, so you can download it on your computer, and you can find it by clicking the link down below in the description. Don't forget to use the discount code STUDENT, as that will get you the gold guide for 50% off. And if you're like one of many people that already has the gold guide, definitely consider checking out the VIP Discord, because once you join in there, you'll be able to view all of my videos before they go public on YouTube. But you also get access to exclusive content in forms of gold tips. There's multiple spreadsheets for gold making, TSM groups and operations, and you can even get access to my investments that I do for player housing, upcoming expansions like Midnight, and much more. But that's also linked down below in the description. So what we want to take a look at in today's video is actually Spirit of Harmony. And the reason why I chose this material is because I've been getting a lot of questions about it. Spirit of Harmony, if you look at the historical price on it, it went from like 40, 50 gold each, and now it's up to like, well, depending if you're EU or NA, but like 125 to 150 gold each. So it's already had a massive increase. And that is because a lot of the bots used to do farms that would give them Spirit of Harmony. They would use like a Chromie time exploit that would scale up the item level of items, and then they would also happen to get a bunch of Spirit of Harmony. Well, due to a loot change, a loot bug that I like to call it, those farms aren't currently as profitable for the bots. So therefore, the price went up to like a level where they should be based on supply and demand. So the question is, where can you farm Spirit of Harmony the best? Well, most of the good locations yields you roughly the same amount of Spirit of Harmony. Spirit of Harmony drops as Mote of Harmony, and then you combine it into Spirit of Harmony. So there's a couple of locations that I would highly advise you to do. The first one is the location that I'm at right now, and it's probably the most common one, at the Tushen Burial Grounds in the Vale of Eternal Blossom. All of these mobs right here, the ancient Mogus spirits, they hyper spawn like absolute crazy. And the reason why people are doing this one, well, obviously it's going to be good for Spirit of Harmony as they hyper spawn, but the main objective is people trying to get the Sky Shard. You get 10 Sky Shards, you combine it into a Sky Crystal, and then you can use that Sky Crystal on the flying dragon that's in the zone, and that will yield you the Mount Reigns of the Thundering Ruby Cloud Serpent, which you can sell on the auction house. So in short, like, the best farms for like Spirit of Harmony is to combine it with other Mist of Pandaria gold farms that make sense to do, because they're all roughly the same amount of Spirit of Harmony an hour. This is Alani, the guy who would use the Sky Crystal on, by the way. Another one that is really good and very common to do, it needs no introduction, but we're talking about Isle of Thunder inside this little boxed area right here, just running around in loops, like constantly killing the mobs. And that one is a transmog farm. So obviously it's going to be easier to get rid of the mount than the transmog, but the average market value per hour is going to be better at Isle of Thunder inside this box, farming transmog weapons and armor that usually has a unique appearance. The other one isn't a common one. I think I was the only, when I made a video about it, there was no videos on YouTube about that farm that I could find at least. And that takes place right here in Kunlai Summit at the ruins. And that farm is, we call it the Panda Blue farm. It is extremely decent in terms of spawn rate. That's the Spirit of Harmony farm that I just did on my live stream. And it gave me 41.9, almost 42 Spirit of Harmony an hour, which isn't the best gold per hour now, but it could be when player housing comes out and the demand increases for the Spirit of Harmony. But it takes place right here, and you guys can just see all of these neutral mobs that has a full loot table right here. All of these guys hyper spawn like absolute crazy. They do drop Mote of Harmony. More importantly, they drop different green items and blue items than the other two locations. So there's not a lot of people aware of this farm. So some of the items, blue weapons specifically from this farm, like the Ritter's Rat Runner, go for like 100,000 gold. There's other weapons that has a market value of 150, 200k with unique appearances. Be noted though that they have a very low drop chance, hence their value, and also the fact that not a lot of people are aware of this farm. So the most steady one for gold short term would be to go and do the Veil of Eternal Blossom at the burial grounds, followed by the Isle of Thunder with the high sell rate transmog items. And then lastly, if you're feeling lucky, you go to the ruins right here and farm the terracotta mobs in order to get those WAD blue weapons. But those are like the three main Spirit of Harmony farms that I do, all of which can be done solo, but sadly, due to how the loot system in WoW works, they will be better in a 5-man group. But that shouldn't be a big deal, because if Spirit of Harmony really does take off in value, it shouldn't be hard to find a group for that. And I got guilds on both EU and NA that's just filled with people trying to do gold farms. There's constantly people that's looking for groups for various gold farms. The guild is called Students Farmer, but you can't necessarily see that on NA and EU unless you play on the correct faction. But any faction can join on both NA and EU, but then you need to join the community first before you can apply to the guild. So if you go into my my YouTube live chat or my Twitch TV chat, you can type !G invite, and then you can see the code to join the community, and then you can apply to the guild. But if you play Alliance on EU, you can simply just sign up to the guild, and if you play Horde on NA, you can also just simply sign up to the guild. But if you play the opposite faction of that, you do need to go through the community first. But that being said, that's pretty much it for today's video. Got a bunch of videos like this one coming. Also solo gold farm steady gold videos. So make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel if you want to see those when they come out. And of course, don't forget to check out the 0 to 10 million gold guide alongside with the VIP Discord. But that's it. Appreciate you all watching, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. Bye bye.